So when you are solving triangles, in triangles, we can see that we have nothing less than 6 parameters in triangles. In a triangle, when you have a triangle like this, you have 3 sides and 3 angles, 3 sides and 3 angles. So making 6 parameters in all. So the minimum they are going to give you is that out of the 6 parameters, they will give you not less than 3 parameters. They will give you sides. Sometimes it could be 3 sides. They will give you all the 3 sides. And sometimes they will give you sometimes they will give you angles and sides. So in most cases, you may not see where they give you only angles. So, and yesterday we said when you are given, if you talk of any triangle, any kind of triangle, if you are given 2 sides and 1 angle, for example, we mentioned majorly we can use sine rule, and we said we can also use what? Cosine rule. When do we apply our sine rule? We said we apply our sine rule when out of the 3 parameters, you know, I've said it, they must give you 3 parameters. So out of 3, if they give us 1 angle or 1 side and the corresponding angle, if you have been given a side and its corresponding angle. So it means in that case, we go for what? We go for sine rule. So it depends, anything, they can give us anything for the third one. But once they have given us a side and its corresponding angle, and how do you know a side and its corresponding angle? When we drew the diagram the other time, I told us, this is A, this is B, this is C. This angle is the corresponding angle to side A. So you name it as A. This is angle B, is the corresponding angle to this side. So as a result, you name this side side B. Angle C, this is angle C, is the corresponding angle to this side. So we name this one small c. So that is what we mean by corresponding angle. So in a sine rule, before you can apply a sine rule, they will have given you a side and its corresponding angle. Out of the 3, I told you, they will give you 3 parameters. So out of the 3 parameters, 1 will be what? A side and its corresponding angle. So that is true. So any other one, anyone could be the remaining one. We are going to see when we are applying, when we are solving problems in BME, we are going to see how, which ones, whether sine or cosine, which one will be applying to solve such BME problem. So for cosine rule, so this is the major thing for cosine rule. Out of the 3 parameters that they are going to give us, what are those things that they must give us? We have 2 different ways that they can give us in what? In sine rule. One, it could be that they will give us, let me write the one here. It could be that they will give us 2 sides and included angle. What do I mean by included angle? I'm going to explain it. Included angle. 2 sides and the included angle. When we say 2 sides and included angle, draw a triangle, for example. This is a triangle. If you have been given 2 sides, if you label this A, B, C. If you have been given 2 sides, the 2 sides could be, sorry. So if you have been given 2 sides, the 2 sides could be this side and this side. If you have been given those 2 sides, it means the included angle is the angle, sorry, sorry, is the angle between what? The two sides given. If you have been given this side and this side, the angle between the two sides is this. So that's the what you mean by the included angle. I hope you get it right. That is what you mean by the included angle. Sometimes you may have, if you have something of this nature too, you have been given this place as maybe 2 centimeters. You have been given this place as 4 centimeters. Where do you think the included angle will be? The included angle, you just look at 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters. So which angle? What's the angle between them? The angle between them is this. So that is what you mean by the included angle. That's what you mean by the included angle. So that is just the summary. So that is what you mean by the included angle. So that is the summary of our solving triangles that we did earlier. Now, I also want to take you through so then another thing under cosine rule. Sometimes, so in this case now, the first thing you can get is the what? The third side. You know, they are giving us 2 sides. The third side is very easy for us to get. That's the first thing. So another way in which they can give you, in which you can apply cosine rule is if you have been given all the 3 sides. The 3 parameters given are the 3 sides. The 3 sides are given. So if 3 sides are given in such a case, you can also apply your what? Your cosine rule. So those are the different times in which we can apply the cosine rule. So now quickly I will just look at when we can apply bearing. Yesterday we talked about 2 different kinds of bearing. Those ways in which we can represent our bearing, and then we made mention of 3 significant 3-figure bearing. We made mention of 3-figure bearing. Sorry, let me quickly divide the board. Okay. So we made mention of 3-figure bearing. So bearing, we made use of, we said we have 3-figure bearing, and we also have what we call cardinal, 4 cardinal compass bearing. And we said in 3-figure bearing, we start from the north. Okay, let me also tabulate that one too. When we have 3-figure bearing, we also have what we call compass bearing. We have what we call compass bearing. So for 3-figure bearing, okay, for 3-figure bearing, we are going to start our reading from the north. Start from the north. When you now start from the north, you read in what? Read your bearing. Read your angle in what? In the in a clockwise direction. In a clockwise direction. What do you mean by clockwise? The way our clock works. Clockwise direction. Meaning that if you have a point here, we start our north here, you now read in such a way that this one will be 0 up to 90, up to 180, up to 270, and up to 360 degrees. So that is how we read our bearing there. Then we also have In compass bearing, we read our bearing in relation to the north or to the south. We read in relation to the north or the south. So we read or start from the north or south. Start from the north or the south. Then the second thing is that you read to either the west or the east. Read to the west or east. So e.g. now, if we may have 30 degrees west of north, 30 degrees west of north. How do we indicate that? 30 degrees west of north. So what you just do is that what? If you have you first write your 4 cardinal points: north, your south, your west, your east. So northwest means it is in this place. So it means this one, you write it as N 30 degree west, but you pronounce it as what? 30 degrees west of north. 30 degrees west of north. So how do we do that? So it means you have what? You measure from the north, measure 30 degrees towards the west. So measure 30 like this, 30 degrees. So once you get it, if it is this place, you what? Draw a line with these 2 points, this point and this point here. So you should have something of this nature. So that is, so I don't want to waste much of our time on that one. We have explained it before. I'm just trying to see if we can quickly revise before we go to the next one. So we'll now start solving questions on bearing. I want to start solving questions on bearing. So I have a question here. So if you look at the question, for those that if you can't see clearly, you can always turn your phone to the horizontal. Don't stand it, just turn it to so that you'll be able to see clearly what you have. So I think if you turn it, so you will see clearly. Now we have some question. We have a question here. It says a fly moves from a point U on a bearing of 060 degrees to a point V 200 meters away. It then moves from the point V on a bearing of 130 degrees to a point W. If the point W is due east of U, find the distance of the point V from W and then U from W. Okay, so how do we do such? Now, to be able to attend to this question, you need to interpret statement by statement. So take the first statement. A fly moves from U. A fly moves from U to a point P on a bearing of 025 degrees. Sorry? I think the question, okay. So it moves from a point U on a bearing of 060 degrees to a point V 20 meters away. So a fly moves from U. I mentioned it yesterday, that in bearing, you watch out for the word from. That is your reference. They assume you know that place. So what do? They assume you know U. So locate your U. Let your U be here. You can put your U here, put it at the middle. So draw your 4 cardinal points on it. So from U, this is U. On a bearing of 060 degrees, we have said we are starting from the north. This is 0. This is up to 90. This is up to what? 180. This is up to what? 270, and so on and so forth to 360. So we are looking for 60. 60 will be where? In between 0 and 90. So 60 should be somewhere here. So it means you should have a line like this. to a point V 20 meters away. So if this is 20 meters, it means this is point V. On point V, draw your cardinal point. The cardinal, so this is the north. Then they said, so we are through with the first statement. A fly moves from a point U, this is point U, on a bearing of 060 degree. This is 060. It is actually 60, but because they don't want to write, they want to write it in 3 figures. So to a point V 20 meters away, we are through with that. Let's move to the next one. It then moves from the point V on a bearing of 130 degrees to a point W on a bearing of 130 degrees from V. So this is V. What is the bearing? 130 degrees. So you also measure, this is 90, this is 180, this is 270. It means in this case now, 130 will be immediately after 90. What do I add to 90 to give me what? 130. What do I need to add to 90? That is, I need to add what? I will add 40 to it. If I add 40, I will get, so 40 should be somewhere here. So it means I've added 40 to that 90 to make it 130. So they did not give us the meters, the length of this one to a point W, and they just said if W is what, so W can be anywhere here, but they said W is what, due east of U. This is U, this is U, this is north, this is south, this is west, this is east. East of U is this place. Sorry, excuse me. So you have to trace it here. When you trace it, so it means somewhere here, that is where we are going to have what? W. So this is W. It said find the distance of point V from W and U from W. So it means we can just try to close up. So they want us to find this value and this value. Now this is V, this is W, and this is U. You know, this side that is opposite to angle V is called small v. The one opposite to angle U is called small u. The one opposite to W is called small w. So indirectly, what they want us to find, the first one said find V from W. V from W is what? U. That's what you have been required to find. And then V from U, or U from W. U from W is this place. That is what? V. So those are some of the things that they want us to calculate. Now, we need to do critical analysis. So we need to do critical analysis on this particular thing that we want to look at. So now, how do we find? We have been, the obvious thing that we can see that they have given us is 20 meters. So how do we get other things? There are other things that have been given. And you know, I told you that you must be given 3 parameters before you can embark on solving any triangles, any triangle at all. So in this case now, it means they have also given us some other things that which we may not be aware of. So let's go. Now, since they have said that this one is directly what? East, it means it is at 90 degrees. And you know, from 0 to this place is 60. So what do you think this place will be? It means the remaining thing that you add to what? 60 to make it become 90. And that is what? That is what? That is 30 degrees. So this is 30 degrees. Okay. So I haven't identified that. So it means we have got 2 things. We still need one more to be satisfied that yes, we can go ahead. We still need at least one more thing. So what's the one more thing that we need? Now let's look at it critically. Now let's look at it. Now another thing is that let's come here. We know of Z angle. We know of Z angle. What do we mean by Z angle? If you have anything like the alternate angle, if you have this, you have been given this, it is the same thing as this. So anytime you turn such Z, when you turn such Z, it will still be the same thing. You can apply it like that. So let's quickly do that. I can see that. Okay. I can see that in this case. Let me see, this is Z. I can have Z that has been turned here. This. So this place will be what? 60 degrees. This is 40. I added 40 to 90 to make it become what? I added that to make it become 130. So it means the remaining thing that I have here is what? 50. Because everything here should be 90. So 40 is already here. The remaining one will be 50. So it means in this place I have what? 60 plus 50. That is what? 110 degrees. So those are the things that we can say that we have. Since we have got two angles, it's very easy for us to find the third angle. Although it may not be, I think it will be, yeah, it will be needed. So let's quickly find that too. We know that the sum of angles in a triangle is what? 180 degrees. So two angles are shared 140. This is 30. 30 plus 110 is what? 140. So it means the remaining 40 is here. You see, you don't need to go and say 30 plus 110 equals to plus x is equals to 180, and then by normal thing you can solve it like this. So we can go ahead now. So it means in this case you can see we have even got more than what we need. They said we must have 3 parameters at least. Now we have got more than 3 parameters. We have 3 angles and one side. So what do we use? What do we use? Can anybody see anything? Do we apply the sine rule or the cosine rule? The sine rule or the cosine rule? You can make use of the chart button. You can make use of the chat button. Okay, I'm here to see anybody. Okay, I've seen one. Okay, somebody said sine rule. Good. Okay, now you know I've said it. The major thing is that you look at which one you have been given. If you have, so looking at it now, what are those things that we have been given? We have been given 3 angles and what? One side. If you look at the one side given, we have a side and its corresponding angle. And I told you, once we have a side and its corresponding angle, we are using what? We are using sine. Look at it. A side and its corresponding angle. So, and what's the statement of sine rule? Sine rule states that what? A. In this case now, we are not using A, we are using UVW. So we can say that U, small u over sine big U equals to what? Small v over sine big V, which is equals to small w over sine big W. So that is what we are going to use. So now we have information. We have all information about what? About W. So we are retaining W here. We are using W. Now, which one do we use? They said from the question, find the distance of V from W. V from W. And that is what? Small u that they want us to find. So that's the first thing you want to get. So it means we are combining U and W for our first one. So it means U over sine U equals what? W over sine W. So what is our small u? Small u, that is what we are looking for, over sine U. Sine big U, our big U is what? 30 degrees. Equals to what? W, our W is 20 over sine big W. Big W is what? 40. So if you cross multiply them, what do you get? So it means you have U sine 40 degrees equals to 20 sine 30. That's U will be equals to what? 20 sine 30. Sine 30 is 0.5 over sine 40 degrees. So using your calculator there, what do we have? We use our calculator, just press 20 times 0.5 will give us 10. So you just need to press 10 divided by sine 40. And that will give us 15.55 or 15.56. So from there, we say that our U equals to what? 15.56. Or you say 15.557. And approximately, you may now say U is what? It depends on what the degree that they have given you. So 15.6. You may say 15.6 meters. So that is how we can get that. Okay. So having understood that, let's move to the next question. They said find the distance of U from W. That is V. That is V. So I told you we are sure of the information about W. So if I want to find V now, I can combine W with V. So I'm going to use V over sine V. It equals to W over sine W. So what is our V? Our V is what is, that's what we are looking for. And big V is what? Big V is 110 degrees. Equals to what? W. Our W is 20 over sine 40. So if you cross multiply again, we have V equals to 20 sine 110 over sine 40 degrees. So if you also press your calculator for that, so in this case now, what do we have? We have 20 times sine 10, sine 110 I mean, sine 110. So divided by sine 40 degrees. So that was giving us 29.238. So V equals 29.238. So approximately, we may say that what? V equals to 29.2 meters. So with that, we have been able to find the value of both U and V. I hope that is clear. So that is the solution to that particular one. So if that is clear, we have so many questions to actually deal with, to make us gain the understanding of BM better. So if there's no question, if there's any question, you can quickly chat me up or you raise your hand before we move to the next question. Okay, so let's move. The next question we have here is that a village R is 10 kilometers from a point P. on a bearing of 0.025 degrees from P. Another village A is 6 kilometers from P on a bearing of 162 degrees. Calculate A, the distance of R from A. B, the bearing of R from A. So how do we do that? So to do this, what you are still going to do is still the same process. So it's still the same process. Sorry? Okay. Sorry? Coming? Okay. Okay. Sorry, I think there's a from the current slide. Okay. So this is where we want to. It said a village R is 10 kilometers from a point P on a bearing of 0.025 degrees. From P. Another village. So let's interpret statement by statement. R is 10 kilometers from a point P. So they assume we know point P. So let's come to the middle here and locate your point P. Let point P be here. Point P. So if point P is there, then they said a village R is 10 kilometers from point P on a bearing of what? 25 degrees. So this is north, and this is starting 0. This is 90 degrees. This is 180. This is 217 and up to 360 degrees. Now for 25 will be before 90, somewhere around here. Sorry, please, let me just give me some minutes. Give me some minutes, I'm coming. Okay. So it will be like okay, I'm back. Sorry. So okay, Annie has finally entered. You're welcome. So 25, it means this is 25 degrees. So like I said, if there's any challenge, you can always chat me up. So I will always read your chat. So this is 25 degrees, this is P. So it means this is village R. Anywhere here is village R. Just measure 10 kilometers. So it means this is R. Okay, so based on that, we have finally interpreted statement number 1. Let's go to statement number 2. Another village A is 6 kilometers from P on a bearing of 162 degrees. From P, this is 90. I'm looking for 162 degrees from P. This is 90. What do I add to 90 to make it become 162? It means it's still the same thing as 162 minus 90. And that will give us 72. So if I need to add 7, I add 72. 72 will be very close to 180 here, very close here. So it will be somewhere here. So I've added 72. So somewhere here. So it means I can have something of like this niche. So, but they say it's 6 kilometers, meaning that it is smaller than this. Okay. Let me just let me quickly take up eraser here to clean that. It should not be as much okay, sorry. Okay, why now? Okay, no problem. We may not I'm trying to clean that for us. Okay, this is where we are. Sorry. We just want to clean this. If it is maybe it's behaving like this, you may not need to clean again. Okay. So what we are just saying is that this one need not to be so it's our 6 kilometer can just be up to somewhere like this, somewhere here. So it means that is where you have what? A. So then the question now is what? Calculate the distance of R from A. So we want to join this to this. So if you are joining, you can join like this. So this is just a sketch. It's just a sketch. But if you are sketching too, you should don't just I can't be using this as long as this for 6 kilometers and as short as this for 10 kilometers. So that's why I just decided to cut that off. So based on that now, what are those things? You can see it's very sure they have given us 6 kilometers, they have given us 10 kilometers. Then another one where we are likely to know, have information about is this angle. Can you get that angle? Can you get that angle? Like the example I used yesterday, or the analogy I used. Somebody is traveling from the north here to this place, and he traveled for 25 minutes or 25 degrees or whatsoever. Another person is traveling from the north to this place, and that is 162. So if another person wants to travel from here to this place, how long will it take such a person? It means it's going to take away that 25 minutes from 162. So this place will be what? 162 minus what? 25 degrees. And that should give us what? 137. 137 degrees. So it means the angle here is what? 137 degrees. So having known that angle now, so what are those things that we have been given? Are we using sine rule or we are using cosine rule? The first question says find the distance, this distance. And mind you, we are still going to adopt our system of labeling. The side that is opposite to angle P will be called small p. The side that is opposite to angle A will be called small a. The side that is opposite to angle R will be called what? Small r. Like I said, if you can't see clearly, you can just try to put your phone in horizontal manner. With that, you should be able to see clearly. So in this case now, no doubt about it, we are using what? Cosine rule. Why? Because we have been given two sides and the angle between them, the included angle. two sides and the included angle. So what are we looking for? We are looking for small p. That's the first thing that we can look for. So using our cosine rule, what was the formula? Using cosine rule. So the formula is what? We are looking for p. So that will be p squared equals to the sum of the squares of the two. That's a squared plus what? R squared minus 2 times a times r. Cos of what? Big P. The formula is very simple to remember. So in that case now, what is our small a? Our small a is what? 10 kilometers. So 10 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 10 times 6. Cos what? Cos 137. So that's 100 plus 36 minus what? Minus 120 cos 37. So you can just go to your calculator to get the value of cos 37. And when you press your calculator, you are going to see it as what? The value will be minus 0.7314. So you can now multiply it and do the normal calculation. So in that case, what do we have? Sorry. So multiply by minus 120. So this one will give us 87.7624. Then this is 136. So 136 minus that. No, minus times minus is plus, thank you. So we have 136 plus this. So, and that will give us, so times minus 1. So add them, okay. So plus 136. That will give us, addition of everything will give us 223.7624. So if you find the square root of that, finding the square root of that, what will it give us? That's square root of 223.7624. Will give us 14.995. That's well, we give it to 4 digits. So that would be 14.96 kilometer. So they didn't point out what to the nearest whatsoever. So but 14.96 kilometer. That's what we have for that. That's the distance for question A. The distance between distance of R from A. So that is on that one. Then the other one. The next question says that the bearing of R from A. What's the bearing of R from A? The bearing of R from A. So if you want to get the bearing of R from A, what do we do? It means from A, you go to A. This is A. You measure from the north of A up to the line that is going to what? That is going to R. So how do we do that? Now you have got this place as 137. We can have idea of this. You know, sometimes it could be that this thing is not joining here. Let's assume that I extended this line to this place. It means it must have joined it like this. It must have joined like this. So it is not joining like this. Here now it is joining like this. It's not joining like this. So, but what we are doing is still an assumption. It is possible that it is not joining like this, but rather it's joining like this. But how do we know that? What you just need to do is what is this angle here? If the angle that you eventually get for this is larger than what we have for here, then it means it's joining, our diagram is correct. But if it is less, if whatever we get here is less than the actual figure here, it means it's joining in this manner. So how do we know that? Now, see this place. From our Z, just carve out Z. This, if I want to carve out Z now, I will bring this, I will bring this. So it means this angle here must be the same thing as this angle. And mind you, from here to here is what? 162. The remaining one here is 18. 18. To make it 180 degree, it is 18. So if this small place is 18, this place too will be what? 18. So just know that this small place is what? 18. Now let's go ahead to find this. Mind you, the actual angle we are looking for is this angle. So let's go ahead to find this. To find this one, that's small angle A. That's angle A, sorry. So it means you are going to use cosine rule. You are going to use sine rule, I mean. You can't use cosine rule now. You use sine rule if you want to get this. Since we have already known this one and the angle that the side that is opposite to it. So you can now combine small p over sine big P equals to what? We are looking for what? Big A. So combine small a over sine big A. So our small p, we got it to be what? 14.96 divided by sine what? 137 equals to what? Small a, that's 10, over sine what? That is what we are looking for, sine A. So in such a manner now, what do we do? If you cross multiply, we have 14.96 sine A equals to 10 sine 137. So sine A equals 10 sine 37, 10 sine 137 over 14.96. So if you make use of your calculator for that one, we are going to have that's 10 multiplied by sine 137 divided by 14.96. Okay, 14.96. So answer is what? Sine A equals to 0.4559. So if you do for the arc sine of such, arc sine. So arc sine of the answer will give us arc sine of 0.4559. So that will be 27.122. 27.122. So A equals to 27.12 degrees. You can see that it's more than 18. So the remaining one there is the angle that we are looking for. The remaining one is the angle that we are looking for. So we can now say confidently that the bearing of R, the bearing of R from A is what? So we subtract. You know, the whole of this one now is 27.12. but we are looking for from year to year. So you remove 18 from it. That will be 27.12 degrees minus what? Minus 18. So, and what will that give us? That will give us 9.12 degrees. So if you approximate to the nearest degree, for example, because it is bearing, so you write it in 3 digits. That will be 009 degrees. 009 degrees. So that is how we okay. So far we have been able to solve I think majorly 2 questions. I've been able to solve 2 questions on bearing. So I don't know if I think the time does not permit us much. We will have said we can maybe solve 1 more question. I can see that our time is fast spent. Okay, this is the okay. Okay, so we have been able to do this. So I think this is the only question left. Okay, so that's the only question left. Let's quickly see if you can if you can do justice to this and then call it a day. So the question says city A is 300 kilometers due east of city B. City C is 200 kilometers on a bearing of 123 degrees, not 1,230. 123 degrees from city C. From city B, how far is it from C to A? How far is it from C to A? Is there any challenge here? Can you try it? Any problem? The first thing is just to be able to draw the diagram. Maybe we can just draw the diagram here and maybe try to, if you can hand it there. So on the platform, I will send the notes and give you some other question as assignment that you can go and use to practice. There are so many questions on bearing that we can actually lay our hands on. So for this now, we said city A is 300 kilometers due east of city B. Due east of city B. So that's another way they use it. You can see you don't have anything from here, but they said due east of city B. So this is the reference. So this is the reference. So it means you come here and locate city B. City B. So it says city A is 300 kilometers due east. This is north, this is south, this is west, this is east. This is like 4 cardinal bearing or compass bearing. So east, 300 kilometers due east, 300 kilometers. 300 kilometers due east. So this is what? City A. This is city A. Now, city C is 200 kilometers on a bearing of 123 degrees. I've said it, 123. This is degrees, 123 degrees. From city B, from city B. This is city B, 123. This is not. This is 90. 123. It means I have to add additional 33 to 90. So this is it. So I'm adding additional 23 to this. So how far is city? So this is C. But they did not tell us. Did they tell us? Okay, C is 200 degrees. 200 is not up to 300. So we can stop it here. Can stop it any moment from here. So this is 200 kilometers. And this is city C. So we said how far is this from this? So it's very direct. You can see they have given us some things there. What are those? It's very obvious. It's very obvious. This is 300 kilometers. Given this, we have been given this. We have been given the angle between them, 23. So directly we are using what? Cosine rule. So this is B. The opposite to B is what? Small b. City A, small a. City C, small c. So we are looking for the first, we are looking for small b. So using cosine, we have b squared is equals to what? A squared plus c squared minus 2ac cos what? Cos b. So b squared equals, our a is what? 200. 200 squared plus 300 squared minus 2 times 200 times 300 cos b. And what is that? 23 degrees. So in that case, we have b squared equals 200 squared, that's 400, 40,000. And then 300 squared, that's 900 or 90,000 minus 2 times 200, that's 400 times 3, that's 112, 120, 100 or 120,000 multiplied by cos 23. So if you use your calculator, what do you have for cos 23? That's cos 23 will be what? 0.92. 0.92. So when you add 400 plus 40 plus 90 will give us 130,000 minus 0.92 times times 120,000. So that would be what? 110,460. 110,460.582. So in that case now, if you plus 130 or my 130 minus that, 130,000 minus that will give us 19,536. So if you do that, that will be 19,536, 39.418. So the square root of that will give us what? Square root. Sorry, square root of 19,539, 539.418. That will be 21.02. Is it 21? 195? Okay. Sorry. Okay, sorry for that. Squared. That will be 441.97. 441.97. 441.97. Can it be so? I think I have an issue here. Okay. Let me quickly do that again. I use a wrong calculation here. So square root of 19, 5, 39.418. So the answer is 139.78. 139.78. 139.78 kilometer. So approximately that is 140 kilometers. So for today, that's where we are going to end. I don't know if there's any question that you want to ask before we call it a day. But so far